another form of heat transfer, that is the heat transfer by the process of conduction. Here I have a Bunsen burner with a flame, and I'm going to put this flame directly under this copper rod, and we're going to watch the heat conduct on out the copper rod, and as the heat conducts along the copper rod, the various parts will get hot, and we'll see these rings of wax get hot enough to actually melt off. As the heat conducts along the rod, we see the first ring now starting to melt, and that ring will melt and eventually slide along and then drop off. And then the next ring will receive the heat as the heat continues to transfer along the rod by the process of conduction. So the rod is conducting heat from the flame along the rod, and we see those rings sequentially drop off. While we're watching for those rings to melt, let's try another little experiment here. Here I've previously heated some water up to a boil, and it's cooled off just a little bit, but this is hot water, and here I have another cup, and it says E equals mc squared on there. Now watch what happens when I pour the water from this cup, which has hot water in it, into this empty cup. I'll pour it in and fill it up about half full to start with, and then notice what happens to the surface of that cup. There's some paint on there that's sensitive to temperature. Now heat is being conducted from the inside of the cup to the outside of the cup, and we see as I fill it up now, more nearly full, then that heat is being transferred from inside the cup to the outside of the cup, and that causes the paint on the cup to change from E equals mc squared to a photograph of one of our favorite scientists, Albert Einstein. Now, in the meantime, we have heat being conducted along this rod, and I may have bumped that just a little bit. So the heat's being conducted along the rod, and we've seen that first ring melt, and now we see the second ring getting ready to melt.